Let's go curative. Now I'll tell you how to use curative magic. First, access the menu and select magic. Next, select who will cast a spell. Pick an ally equipped with Restore Materia. You can select another party member by using L1 and R1. The function also work in other submenus. Better remember that. This is magic you can use. Monsters you can summon. I love it, I don't even have the menus for it yet. And enemy techniques you've learned. Thanks. Tell me things I can't even see as a menu. Whenever magic is selected, the available magic appears on the screen. So if you want to use Cure, you would select it from the menu, then select who you want to use it on. I think Potion is pretty expensive, so when you're in and you can restore MP, it's better to use Curative Magic rather than Potion. That's all. Weapons and armor. Ooh, I like how it does that. So you know in some games you go into a menu and they give you tips or whatever? Over here's a thing, just trust me. And when you come out of it, or if you want to try and get through it, you can probably accidentally press X and it'll go into the same fucking tips that you read. I like how this bumps you down one. A seamless experience. Okay, weapons and armor. Equipping weapons and armor is basic to battle. Let me show you how it's done. Just finding or buying new weapons or armor isn't enough. You have to access the menu and select equip. Then select who you want to equip. You can change weapons, armor, and accessories. Accessories have special effects. Just select what you want to change. On the right side of the screen, here's a list of what can be equipped. You can see the item's effect here. Change your weapon with cross button. Make sure it'll increase attack/defense levels. Pay special attention to materia slots. The slots that are linked are effective. Also check the growth rates of materia. Now, when you want to remove an accessory, press triangle button here. You should never remove weapons or armor, because you never know when you'll be attacked. After you're finished equipping, you should re-equip your materia. That's it. Okay, how... I'm just going through all of these. The material one is one that there's something that I need to see if it'll give me information on. Which is the ones that are linked and the ones that aren't. With the slots. Okay, how to apply materia. Materia can unleash hidden power in humans. So let's see how materia is used. First, access the menu and select materia. Select who you want to use it. Pay close attention to my weapon here. I'm forgetting it's Cloud who is explaining this all. Each weapon and armor has slots in them. Choose which slot you want to put materia in. Now select materia you want to use. This is curative materia. If you want to know what its effect is, line the cursor up with check. Oh god, we had this one already, didn't we? Press cross button. Oh yeah, it's just like selecting battle commands. Just line up cursor the cursor up to magic. You can see that the available magic is increased. Now you can use new magic cure. I was going to say damn this drags a bit, but of course this game came out at a time when you probably did have to explain to people how a menu works. Probably, yeah, you don't really get things explaining. Like, my first port of call, usually when it comes to games, if I'm completely new to them, is going into the menus, seeing what each of the things do. Like when I played Elix, I distinctly remember when I streamed it, that I went through the whole menu before I properly went out and explored or done anything. I can spend ages in the first menu, like the first time round, just seeing what everything is and get myself used to it. This is kind of, I guess, not as bad because I've briefly played the starting of it, but there's certain things I've forgotten. That's why I'm going through this, to try and see if there's anything that I do end up picking up along the way. Although there are some games where you get your hints and tips as you go along, so it's when they introduce new things, like, God, which one was it? Was it Dragon Quest? No. I'm sure there was some stuff for Tales of Vesperia. But even then, I still don't know how the fighting works in that game. Oh, you probably wouldn't have been able to handle the kind of game Simon is as a kid if I hadn't first played Pokemon. No, I completely missed this when I was a kid. Final Fantasy never entered my life until 10. That was my first Final Fantasy game. Even though I'm old enough to have played this when it came out, I started with Star Ocean, my JRPG, and I didn't really go elsewhere. Okay, now you can use new magic cure. And that's all there is to equipping Materia. See, it wasn't that tough. You want to remove Materia. Is it easy as pointing to Materia slot, pressing triangle button. I want to know what the whole linking thing is. Only one thing I have to watch out for. Equip Materia, your condition changes. Yeah, the stats. Parts of you will become stronger, while others get weaker. Normally, when you equip magic Materia, your magic power will get stronger, but your physical strength weakens. So Materia is kind of a double-edged sword. Left side of the screen shows the effects of the Materia. Try out everything. And that's it. I'll tell you about some of the finer points next. This is, I think, what I'm after. Effective ways to use Materia. Access the menu if you find Materia. There's a lot of different Materia around. There we go. This is one of them. It's called All Materia. If you equip this alone, nothing will happen. Oh! Shit, if it's linked, does that mean it goes from a single spell to on a single target to all targets? No. You can't quite put your finger on if Lydia is mischievous or perturbed on her portrait. Now look at my weapon. Look closely at these two slots. They're joined together as linked slots. You've got to remember to put it into linked slots. Different materia will affect each other. They don't increase the spell cost, but only if the slots are linked. Look closely. Just to show you. Let's put some all into one of the slots. And lightning another. And closer. Then we can use bolt on all the enemies. Right. Okay. Why did I suddenly just get it at that point? Oh man. But it's limited to once per battle? Combine different things. And it'll come up with different results. Wait, once per battle? Why does that seem... I mean, that could be... interesting. I didn't realize it was once per battle. Combining restore and all. Oh! Let you use cure for your entire party. There are also many useless combinations. For example, restore and lightning. Bolt and cure can be used normally, but there won't be any compound effect. Specialized materia like all is called support materia. You can tell the difference just by looking at materia's colour. This may sound weird, but did you know materia grows on its own? Even if one of your allies uses it, it will continue to grow with each battle. As its level increases, so will the effects of the magic you can use. You already know that all works once per battle, but it can work twice or more times as it grows. Oh, when you get it to master level, materia will divide itself, almost like it's giving birth? Cure lightning sounds like a Donald move. Yeah. On the enemy, here's some lightning for you. Oh, it cures you because you're lightning element. Okay. But that master materia won't grow past that. When you can't take on any more materia, you better sell it or dump it somewhere. We have a limit! You can see useful function here. You can arrange materia. Remove materia, remove all materia from your weapon. You can throw materia into the trash. Oops, relax. I wasn't going to dump it. Let's see. This is a special menu for you. You can exchange all materia you have between allies, even if they're not in your party. Now, about materia's growth. The growth rate depends on what weapon or armor is put into. Some will double in growth while others won't grow at all. In most cases, materia's effect won't change, whether you put it into a weapon or armor. But elemental and added effect have completely different effects depending on whether they're put into weapons or armor. You got to think about what weapon or armor to use, or what materia combinations will be the strongest. I remember hearing once about extraordinary materia somewhere in the world. I think I've told you just about everything you can. I thought we were going to have a story! As I remember hearing about extraordinary materia in the world. And then he walks off. I love it. How to form your battle party. I'll explain your party's order in battle. Like your art teacher? Yeah, like my art teacher. The one who would walk off mid-sentence and you didn't quite know if he was done with you or if you were supposed to follow him around the art department. At first, access the menu and select order. God, the art teacher was so weird. We had the one, we're going way off topic, who, if you were doing pottery or ceramics, there was one main one who would teach you and be in charge of the class. But he had one of the most loudest and sudden sneezes you would ever hear in your life. You were sitting in, okay, so you had like a main central area and there was 4 classrooms around, one at each corner. You could hear him when you were in the other classroom, like across from him or next door. So you think you're doing something with clay using your hands. You don't want No, yeah, no little cute choose your ace, no. And he comes out with this, you know, monstrous sneeze that's loud and sudden. And you're just thinking, you could have ruined this for me if you'd got a fright. Okay, first access the menu, select order. Next, select who you want to switch. Now select the position you want. And this will change their position in battle. In this case, there isn't any advantage / disadvantage. But when you select the same person twice, it will place them in either the front / back row in a battle. When they're on the left side of the screen, that'll be the front row. I can tell what people were doing at the time he sneezed because the badges will suddenly get real thin at that point. When they're on the right, that'll be the back row. When you're in the front row, and you select attack, you inflict major damage on your enemy, but in turn you will receive greater damage. While in the back row, although you do less damage to the enemy, unless you're a spellcaster, I think, you also receive less damage. For magic attacks, there's no difference in damage between the front and back rows. There's also no difference when you use long-range weapons. Oh! Better to keep weaker members in the back row. And that's it, of course. Better off in the front row. I can put Preston in the back row, can't I? I forgot it was ranged, it wasn't just the magic. Jeez. How to check your status? No, Preston, not in public! Always know your current status. That's one of the basics of battle. Access the menu and select status. Next, select a member you want to check. Are you surprised at the amount of information? Actually, yes, because so many games nowadays start to do this thing where actually it can go one of two ways. So there's some where you want to know and it just gives you fuck all. I think, which one was it? Was it Ni no Kuni 2 did that? Did it give you reduced information? I think the effects on the weapons you could get, I don't think showed on your, like, as changing anything on their status side. Whereas you go with Assassin's Creed, the more recent games, you get a shit ton of information. But I don't know how you actually work it out based on the equipment you have, especially for Odyssey. Yeah, are you surprised at the amount of information? I'll explain the order. First, these are your experience points in your level. The more experience you get in battle, the stronger you become. This gauge tells you how many points you need to get to the next level. If you can't beat stronger enemies, raise your level by fighting weaker ones. I just need to take something out of my pocket now. Yeah, raise your level by fighting weaker ones. You'll improve your physical and magical skills. Next is HP and MP. HP is your life force. If it reaches 0, you'll no longer be able to fight. MP is a source of your magic power. Every time you cast magic, you use MP. And when you run out of MP, you'll no longer be able to cast spells. This is called limit gauge. It shows your anger level. When the gauge is full, you can use a limit technique. Oh, I just has a full stat sheet now. I only think we only added it ways after release. Yeah, I remember they added in, like, for stats, but it was something to do with multipliers and how they worked, wasn't it? I'm sure we tried to figure out which way around it was. If it affected everything or certain parts or... yeah. You know, the battle commands are classified roughly into two groups. Attack is for regular physical attacks. Magic and summon cast magic attacks. Each has attacking power, defense power, and escape probabilities? The value depends on your equipment and experience level. The total effect is on the chart below. These are commands you can use in battle, as well as your presently equipped weapons, armor and accessories. Press cross button here one more time. Are all types of attacks. Some monsters are weak against fire, others are weak against lightning or ice. I'll learn the percentages and stuff, and about multipliers. Materia or items you have can add these elementals to your attacks, or protect you from them in an enemy attack. Oh, this chart shows your current abilities or attributes. Shit. Press cross button here one more time. Chart below shows added effects. There's so much information here! Some enemies will use sneaky attacks on you. Oh, I love that. I'm gonna use a sneaky attack. These attacks change your condition, such as sleep, confuse, poison, darkness, petrify, silence, small, frog, and so on. Sneaky attacks. It's like the sneak baby Khajiit that I had. This spirit, after each battle, accept fury and sadness which will remain. To cure these conditions quickly, use items or magic. There are specific medicines for each condition. I know I'm repeating myself, but when you're taken out in battle, I mean when you're almost dead, use life magic or the item Phoenix down. So you're not quite dead, we're almost dead. When you change materia or equipment, best to look here to check on them. Mastering elementals and added effects will make your battles safer. Frog, I want to use the frog effect. Oh, I'm sure that was in Final Fantasy 15, one of the dungeons. You can get turned into a frog. That was like way on in the game when we were going through some of the dungeons. I'm sure... I want to say I'm sure in... in 9 when I was playing it, you could get turned into a frog as well. Okay, we'll make your battles safer. That's all. What next? Preston, stop! Not in front of everyone. Jeez. About limit status. Maybe I wasn't there when that happened. I feel like I would have remembered it. Yeah, I can't remember which dungeon it was. I was getting really annoyed with it. There are a few hints on limit techniques. When an enemy has pushed your anger to the limit, you can unleash unimaginable power. Can I have that in real life? Because these days, when you're out shopping and there's some twat who's standing right next to you, who's not distancing themselves, that pushes up my limit bar. I'm just not allowed to release it. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, I do. Trick is how to use it. Access the menu, select limit. Now select a member. Decide what your limit will be. Lower limits have less power. But you can use more... Wait. But you can use them more... Why did I think there was a gap between off and the 10? I was like, what does more off 10 mean? Fucking hell. That's what I read initially. I was so confused. Jeez, use them more often. It looks like a space. I think it might be the F in the like maybe the T reaches across, but I don't know if the F reaches fully across the box, the character box. Or reset your limit higher. You can inflict. Yeah, I think it might be the F. It doesn't look quite as big there in inflict, but it's more noticeable than any other gap between them. Okay, you can inflict great damage. You'll have to wait longer to use it. After using this technique for a while, you'll vastly improve your technique. Your development will change depending on how you fight. I can't tell you how it will change. That's something you'll have to find out by yourself. I've heard a rumour about secret items that inspire ultimate techniques. Good boy, F. Socially distancing itself. I don't know whether or not those items really exist. That's it. Try everything out and use what's best for you. That is everything then. That's all. Ah, nice. Okay, so Materia. We can... He's got a... Restore. If I put all there, he can restore all then? For one time? I feel like I would want the healing for everyone. This might be a mistake doing this. I don't know if it changes anything. Smack, knock. Help! You got to hang in there. The limit gauge is just starting to build. Okay, now your limit gauge is full. Go ahead and use it. Fight with your limit technique. Oh, jeez! She just went... Kicked the shit out of him. I just realised all those dudes are posing. Oh, you know what I want to do? Can this work? I'm just going to alter something a little bit. Transform. If I crop this. I'm gonna have to remember to uncrop it when I go back to playing. How many do I need? I just realised that I could have had that uncovered. Why am I like this? Oh, wait. Does anything show in, like, full screen? I don't know. 180. We'll go with that just now. Nice. Configure video. No, it looks a little different. That's fine. Yeah, look at those dudes at the sides, like, yeah, we're posing, Mr. Strongman. Great! Hey, soldier, tell us about battles, we'll even pay you! I'm not hard up enough to take money from guys like you, but I'll rap with you for a while. Oh no, there's more about ATB! ATB, or Active Time Battle, is a system that is always in operation during battles. Select wait from ATB in the config menu, and time will stop when you select magic or items during battle. Gives you time to pick out your commands. This is especially helpful to beginners. Selecting recommended ATB in the config menu can stop time while the effect of spells and items are taking place during battle. This lets you take your time looking over the progression of the battle. When you don't want to rush in battle, this is for you. Personally, I always use active, but you can use whichever you like. Write numbers on the screen. White numbers appearing on the screen in battle or damage points. Green numbers show restorative points. You better watch those. These if you don't want to get wiped out.